I just started recording. And just before we begin, I want to welcome you all here today. And with us, we have David Villarreal, our high school integration specialist. I'm Debbie Pingle, integration specialist with the elementary school. And today presenting for us is the one and only Marco Torres from the PSJA Hood. He's our rap star today. So welcome to Marco. He's going to go over vocabulary with you. This is fun and exciting for the kids. Anybody that likes rap, I think even high school kids like it. I've heard that from teachers. So sit back and enjoy Marco's rapping. Welcome,
Alrighty.
Marco. And don't forget to share your sound, please.
Oh yeah, that's right. Thank you so much for the nice introduction, Debbie. Let me share my screen for just a little bit. It's gonna be mostly um live screen sharing, but I'm gonna show a little bit of a slideshow just to kind of show what vocabulary is. So thank you very much, Debbie, for that awesome introduction. Again, my name is Marco. I am one of the integration specialists here at PSJ, and I am helping middle schools for this year. So let's get into vocabulary. What is vocabulary? Vocabulary has a library of songs and videos for all grade levels. And so just think about it as an educational video that has lyrics to it that students actually have gotten engaged in it. I've seen it at the high school level, and when students are given the opportunity, like, hey, do you want to watch CNN 10 or do you want to do vocabulary? They choose vocabulary. Or do you want to do Newsella or Newsela or vocabulary? They choose vocabulary. So it is really popular. According to, I guess, all kinds of polls, vocabulary, rap is the most popular music in the entire world. So they're trying to use what people already like to get them to learn, right? So these are ways that you can use vocabulary. I know going into this last school year, coming back from COVID, there's a lot of social emotional learning videos at the beginning of the school year that you can use. They have videos to help build class relationships, but also what they do have is a really robust library of different content. So they have your literature, your ELA, your math, your science, your social studies. So that is, that those are a lot of what vocabulary is. And what I'm going to do, I'm just showing you a couple of slides, but we're going to get into the meat and potatoes in just a bit. So what you can do is you can use vocabulary to increase engagement in your writing block. There's some stuff on here that the students can do. You're going to see in just a bit. We're going to have some vocabulary words that the students are going to be looking at, and what they can do is they can flip over like a virtual card, and they can either draw out what the word means, or they can actually type out in their own words a sentence of what the word means. So you'll see it in just a bit. It's a really good tool that you can also use during your reading time. So when I was at the high school, we had bear time, which was our literacy part of the day. So I think this is a really good tool for literacy. And if you do have that literacy time at your campus, I highly recommend it. We can assign students vocabulary when they want to listen to music in class. And so, not only are they learning, but they're having a good time. And we're also supporting student creativity through taking advantage of the lyric lab. That's probably the last thing that you're going to see us do today. So basically what the lyric lab is it takes the whole lesson. You get all the vocabulary words that are in the video, or like in the video or in the unit. And what happens is you have students make their own rap song from the lyric lab. And so the cool thing about it, and you'll see it in just a bit, if your students are like, I don't want to do this, I don't know how to rap, the lyric lab actually has a really cool tool that helps students rhyme from one line to the next. And so I'll show you that toward the end. So we'll get to it. So the first thing we're going to do, and I'm going to get back out of this, is getting started. So the first thing I'm going to show you all is it is a really easy, awesome integrated application that we have that you can get from Clever. You log into Clever, you go into Flocabulary, and then you can create a Google assignment. So I'm going to do that for you all right now. Actually, let me get out of here. I'm logged into my Clever portal. You guys can see I'm right here. So let's get into Flocabulary, and it's going to look just like this for you all. So it's going to have the school that you teach at here. I taught at PSJA Early College High School, so I have this as my school, and then it has my classes. So what you can do is add your Google classes. You can import them from your Google Classroom. So this is what it would look like. It'll show all kinds of classes that you have created, and you can select which ones you want to put in Flocabulary. So you're going to see a whole bunch of classes that I have. These are to help virtual classes, and I have my own test classes. So for the sake of this video, I put one of my test classes in here. So you'll see the classes that you import right here. So once you have a class imported, I have my test class in here. The first thing that we're going to do is create an assignment. So you all will see how easy this is. And if you were in my Cami training last week, you're going to see how similar the layout is. When you're going to create a Cami assignment and when you create a Flocabulary assignment, it looks identical. It looks like you're creating an assignment on Google Classroom, and let's see how that looks. So we're going to go to create an assignment. We will put all students. I only have 2 students in this classroom. It will ask which lesson you want to assign. So I am a huge social studies person, so I was already looking at lessons earlier. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and choose the 45 presidents. That's something that I was looking at earlier, and something that I would teach every year. So we're going to do 45 presidents. It's going to ask if you want a mixed lesson. I'm going to tell you all about what a mixed lesson is later. It is really cool. It's like having a pre-video that teaches skills before they watch the actual Flocabulary video. It'll make more sense when I show you later. So let's go on to the activity. So now that we have our class selected and we have our music video selected, we're going to go on to see the activities and the dates. So if you count all of these, it's a total of 7 activities that you can put in. So right now I'm going to put in 6. Lyric Lab I'll do later. So let's do the video, the vocab cards, the vocab game, break it down, read and respond, and quiz. And I'll go over what each of these do in just a bit. Very similar to Google Classroom, it says, when do you want the students to see the assignment visible? I'm going to go ahead and pick today. And then when do I want it due? I'm going to go ahead and pick Thursday. So let's go ahead and click the assignment. It'll say share assignment to Google Classroom. Let's go ahead and do that. The only thing that it doesn't give you the option to do is put it under a specific topic in Google Classroom, and you'll see what it looks like in just a second. Alrighty, so now we are going to go to our Google Classroom to check it out. Actually, let me add another tab here and bring in my classroom. So now that we're in my Google Classroom, we're going to go into my test class. Yeah, the only issue I have about this is it doesn't take you directly to your Google class, and it doesn't put it in a topic. So I put it in Google Class. I pick the correct class, and then I'm going to go to classwork, and you see that it got created up here. So you actually, from my understanding, is you have to drag and drop on whatever topic you wanted to go to. So now that we have the assignment here in the correct topic, we're going to go ahead and click on it. You see that it's gotten assigned to 2 of my students. And what happens is it should have the students already be able to get into Flocabulary since they are logged into Clever, since they're logged into Google Classroom. So when they click on it, it should have them go straight to the assignment. So I know we just started, but any questions so far? Just let me know if there's anything. Maybe let me know if I'm going too fast or if there's something you want me to repeat. But let's.
I don't see any questions, but I do want to remind everybody to use the remote check-in PSJ Tech some point in the day before the end so you can win raffle prizes. Sorry to interrupt, Marco. Go ahead.
Oh, no, it's okay. And I forgot if I put include computer sound. Oh, you know what? I'm getting an error that says I cannot share sound on here. Let's see. Let me take off my my headset and maybe I can share sound this way. Hmm.
We hope so, because that's the fun part.
Yeah, I'm getting. See, I'm getting.
No. No.
Okay, test. Test, test, test. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. I don't know what's going on. It's not letting me share the sound to my screen. So that's kind of a bummer because part of this relies on sound. So give me just one quick second. Let me see if I can change the sound settings really quick.
Perfect. Meanwhile, while we're waiting, gives you a chance to go ahead and go to the PD system. And if you haven't registered, make sure you do register. And if you're registered, once you are, use the code PSJA Tech to log in. We will have a door prize drawing at the end of our session, and you do have to be signed in to qualify.
One quick second. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Let's see if it'll let me do it now. Speakers context. I have it on the settings that it prefers, and unfortunately, it's not letting me share my audio. So I know that it's not going to be exactly the best experience, but at least I can try to show you what Flocabulary is and what it does. But I'm sorry, but somehow my Teams is not even doing the preferred audio settings. It's not letting me open my it's not going to let me turn on my computer sound to it.
You want me to share, Marco, and you can guide them through and just tell me what to do on the vocabulary?
Yeah, exactly. So if you want to be, let's see. So how would that work real quick? Would you take control of my screen then?
Oh, maybe. We could, no, I have to share. So I would have to go into vocabulary. I guess I can search for what you want me to search for. We can try that.
Yeah, we could do that.
Okay.
If that's okay. And it should go pretty quickly.
We'll give it a try. I'm just going to get into my Clever.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. But it'll take about a minute and then we should get it going. Basically, the next step that I was going to do was show you what each of the tools are. And then, because we already got it in the Google Classroom, all I'm going to do now is show you what some of the tools are and how you can use them in the classroom. So,
Okay. What do you want me to search for?
okay, so you can go to, you can search, I think you can search on just the regular videos, the 45 presidents. On this should have on
Right
the
down
right
here.
hand. Yeah, there you go. Or you can, yeah, I think if you do it there. There you go. So we already have it assigned in our Google Classroom. Now what we're going to do is just go over some of the tools. So thanks for sharing, Debbie. If you want, let's just go ahead. If you have the sound available, you can just, now that it's on the top left, which is our first tool is on video, Debbie's just going to go ahead and click and maybe play about
10 seconds, maybe about 20 seconds of this video, Debbie?
We're on our 45th president, the leader of the executive branch of the government. Now let's run through all 45. Here we go. First father of our nation, he stood tall, George Washington. Dollar bill, y'all. His VP, John Adams, was the second pres. Declaration drafter, Thomas Jefferson is next. Then James Madison and James Monroe. Then John Quincy Adams, like his father before.
So right there you could tell, right, that it's a rap flow that's introducing history, right? So the first 45 presidents. So you all kind of get it, right? They're rapping, they're teaching, but there's a few extra things that you can do in this video to kind of make sure that the students are staying on task. Maybe if you just don't want to assign the assignment just straight up to have them listen to it and go on with the assignments, there's a button on the bottom right hand corner of Debbie's screen that says discuss. So if she toggles that on, now you see that there are moments in the video that if she were to play the video, it'll stop it right at those sections. So if you want, Debbie, you want to just get to the first one, play the video there, and then should toggle you to the
Mate John Tyler had to stand up.
So as you can see right there, the first pause is after 35 seconds. So it'll say, name all the presidents that were just mentioned so far. So if the students were paying attention, this could be something you can ask your class. You could be like, hey class, who are some of the presidents you just heard? So students can be like, oh, I heard George Washington. You can be like, okay, cool. What about George Washington? Well, the guy said he was on the dollar bill. You could also ask, what about Thomas Jefferson? Well, he helped sign the Declaration of Independence. So things like that kind of gets the class kind of stimulated, kind of going, and it kind of gets them to remember what they're hearing, because as you can tell, it can go a little fast sometimes, the rap. So as you can see, we won't go through the other ones, but you can just tell there's multiple checks throughout the video that have questions to where students can you can kind of check for their understanding. Also, there's a speed at the top right corner. That's the original speed. If maybe you have some students and you want to listen to it a little slower, or even a slowest setting, you can go ahead and do that too. Just in case your students say, hey, that was too fast, you know? So those are the options that we have on the video setting. I think that is, they do have lyrics too on the bottom left corner, but that's something that you could do with, they do have the immersive reader tool if you do want to use that as well. If you're familiar with the immersive reader, it will read out the text for the students, and it even highlights the vocabulary words. So if you go over them, it should, I believe, tell you what the definition of the highlighted words are, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe you click on it. Yeah, it'll tell you the definition. So that's pretty cool. That's it as far as the video. So we'll go on to the next tool, which is going to be the Flocab cards. So if you go ahead and choose as Flocab cards as one of your assignments out of the 6, it'll automatically default it to 10 words. I haven't tried to see if whether or not you can go higher or lower, but I know by default it's 10 words. And as you can see, they have words that were sung about in the video. So there's assassinate, elect, executive branch, inaugurate. And so these are the keywords that the students are going to have to know, so that when they go ahead and play their Flocab game, when they play break it down, when they do read and respond, having a general knowledge of these words will help them do really well. So Debbie, feel free to go ahead and click on any, preferably one that has a picture, a word that has a picture on there. So as you can see, Debbie clicked on president. It does have the definition, which says the elected leader of the country's government. Every 4 years, Americans vote and choose the president to lead the U.S. Now, she has 2 options. If you look at the bottom of the card, she can put right with this card. So you can go ahead and click on that. So now you get a little creativity here. You can choose a different background, or you can leave it just as is. So it'll say the same thing for every card, which says, use this word in a sentence to give an example to show how you understand its meaning. So let's see, it says an elected leader of the country's government. And there you go, Deb, you can put something like they are elected every 4 years. you know, something like that. Oh, it was great seeing, there you go, the president. Oh, there you go. It was great seeing the president at Mount Rushmore. So it's really cool. It's a really good feature to have the students. It's part of like the Freyer model. So, you know, if you do the Freyer model with your students, it's always like, what is the definition? And then use the word in your own sentence. Like, so it's part of like a Freyer model. So you can go ahead and click save. If Debbie wanted to, she could also press draw, and you can have the students draw. I kind of like the typing one a little bit more, but like I was telling the team earlier, you know, if it's Friday and you're doing enrichment, and you want to have a little bit of fun in the class, go ahead and draw, you know, like go ahead and do, you know, you could just draw a smiley face or somebody with a top hat if you want to do Abraham Lincoln. You all kind of get the gist. We don't have to to go too crazy out here. There we go, Debbie.
You can see it's a little hard with the mouse.
Yeah, it's a little hard with the mouse. See,
And I'm not an artist.
So the cool thing is she had a sentence and she had a drawing, and that's an assignment that you can have with the students. If you want them to just do the text, you can have them do that. You want to do just the drawings, you can go ahead and do that too. So that is the vocab cards. So if we go down next to the vocab game. Thank you, Debbie. So what happens here is, what's going to happen is that after Debbie hits start, it's going to have like the real basic, it's going to have a real basic beat to it. It's going to be, you're just going to hear like a ticking. And then what ends up happening is, as students get questions right, you notice that at the top there's some dots and then instruments after a few dots. So the more questions that a student gets right, the more the beat starts to build. So if you want to go ahead and press start on there, Debbie, we'll do a few examples.
Hey, help me with the answers since you're social studies guy.
You got it. So as y'all can hear, let's go ahead. The first one is official residence of the president. It's the White House. Oh, you have to drag it to the middle.
Oh, there we go. Thank you.
The next one, the leader of the organization is forced to blank after discovered he was stealing money. We're going to put resign. Let's see, choose someone, the position of voting, elect. Good job, Debbie. So after the next one, so we're going to put, this is a synonym, induct, install. We're going to put inaugurate. So now you notice the beat kind of enhanced a little bit. Now it has a little bit of kind of bass to it, right? So it's now bass and drum. So now we're gonna keep going. We'll do one more instrument. When FDR, he was elected for a whopping 4 terms. Good job, Debbie. Another synonym, to pick, choose, appoint. We're going to elect. To give a job or position in an official or formal way, we are going to, I guess, elect.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, wow. I would have said point.
Oh, give
Oh, to give up. Hey, so that was cool, because now that we got the answer wrong, it tells us what the right answer was. So the correct answer was resign. I read that one too fast. Drag over the best image, so it's going to be the White House. Now that she got to the drums or the snare, maybe we got to do one more.
Yeah, we
Drag
do.
the right word. Elected leader, it's going to be the president. So you guys see, right? So we've already got bass, we got drums, and if Debbie keeps going, we can do the clapping. And we'll at least get to the hands. Drag the right to inaugurate. Yeah, inaugurate. Running mate. So that's just the person who would be his vice president. And last but not least, we'll do this one, to kill or murder. Good job, Debbie. So now you know that the song is progressively building, right? And what you can do, what you all can do if you want is, you can do this in front of the class, like on your smartboard, and you can call out on students. You can call students and ask, you know, what do you think the answer is? And then you can have students, do you agree with this or do you disagree with this? So make it a classroom kind of assignment. Have them all collaborate feel more like the whole class, like it was a team, building exercise. I think that's a really good activity that you can do during your literacy time, during the fair time. And as you can see, the class is going to want to get to the very end. They're going to want to hear all of the instruments.
Okay.
So you kind of get it. I think we're good, Debbie. We can go on to break down.
Okay.
So good job, Debbie. And so, like I said, I think it's a really cool exercise. I think it's one that you can do collectively as a class. And like I said, they're gonna really want to get to the end. They want to see the whole beat, right? So now we're gonna go on to our break it down game. This one is actually a 3-part question. It's a 3-part activity. So each question that is asked is gonna have an A, a B, and a C. So in part A is always going to be a multiple choice question. So for the first one, it'll say, who were the first 5 presidents of the United States? And so if you were listening to the video, maybe you want to give this as a quiz, but if you want to go over it as a class, you can say, who do you guys remember? Well, everybody remembers George Washington, and then they can go on from there. The one that really gives it away, it is not letter A, because Ulysses S. Grant was not not the one at that time. So it's actually C. We can go with that one. The cool thing that you can do next is on part 1B, it's going to say, so now that you have that answer correct, it's going to ask you, we want to ask you a question where you have to go back into the video and you have to look for the part that explains this answer. So it'll say, find the clip from the video that explains why Richard Nixon lost his presidency. I'm sorry, why his presidency was unique. So if Debbie clicks on create video, and what I'm going to do is get ahead a little bit of y'all. It's around the 1 minute and 55-second mark that you can drag to trim. So it's asking to trim the video. So if you get the left side of the drag to trim, Debbie, it's actually going to be the yellow part, the one that has 3 white little lines.
This one.
There you go. So like around the 1:50 mark. And then you can do it like, yeah, around the 1:50, and then maybe you put it to the like 2:10 mark. Somewhere around there. So I think if you play that area, it'll show, if I'm not mistaken, it'll show.
Presidency was ended too soon. JFK assassinated at a parade. Instead, Lyndon Johnson or LBJ. Richard Nixon, the only president.
Yeah, so you can see right there that within that trim that Debbie just did, it says right there, Richard M. Nixon, the only president to resign. So what she's going to end up doing is save the clip. And so she saved the clip, and so it's there for you. It's there for when they do the submission. And then last but not least, it'll ask a part C question. So the thing I like about this one is it gives you a question, a multiple choice question, which is kind of like the bottom of like just recalling, like in Bloom's taxonomy, like it's like kind of like the STAR test. It's like recalling who were the first 5 presidents. The second one is making you do a little bit more, and it adds a little bit of tech in there, which is like go into the video, find and snip the part that answers this question. And then last but not least, it kind of gives you like, you're almost like inferring what's going on in the role of the president. So actually the role of the president has changed, Debbie, for the most part. With each president that we elect, they typically keep getting more and more power, is what the main theme is. And so that's something that you could put on there as well. So that's something that the students can, and you can go ahead and click submit. And so it will tell the student, you got 1 correct out of 1 multiple choice questions. It doesn't grade the other 2 parts, part B and part C. That would be something that the teacher would go into, and then they would see whether or not the students got those part right. So we can, that is basically, if actually, let's go into the next, never mind. We don't need to go into the next one. I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's go to the next tool, which is read and respond. Cool. So read and respond is is one of the 2 new things that Flocabulary has from last year to this year. So as you can see on the screen, read and respond is going to be one of 2 things. you see a short paragraph there right in front of you, and there's, I don't know, maybe about 4 to 6 sentences on there, right? So just briefly reading it, it just says the President of the United States is the head of the state and head of the governments. The president leads the executive branch in the federal government. It's saying he's responsible for making sure laws are carried out, the president's other duties, yada, yada, yada. So now the question is saying, what would best be the title for this passage? I know it went kind of fast, but it looked like it was saying the role of the US president. So it's asking us more summary style questions. So this one would be the role of the US president, and you can go ahead and put confirm answer. So she got it right. Now let's go on to the next one, Debbie. What I want to show now is it's not necessarily paragraph styled answers. Yes, this one is in a paragraph, but if you notice, this one is now having the second sentence of the paragraph underlined. It said he led the Continental Army during the Revolutionary War and presided over the convention that drafted the Constitution. So now it says, what is the purpose of the underlined sentence in the passage above? So if you look at the answers, I believe it's A. I'm kind of doing this a little quickly, but I believe it's confirming that those are the claims. That's the claim that made George Washington. He played a major role in the American Revolution. So you can go ahead and click A, Debbie. And I think that'll be it. And that's correct. So that's a little bit about read and respond. It's either going to be a summary style question because it's either going to be based off of a paragraph or it's going to be within a sentence or two in a paragraph. And actually, let's see what happens, Debbie. Can you just guess on one and see if we get it wrong?
That's what I was trying here, but this one, it didn't give me any.
Oh, it didn't?
Oh, I had to confirm the answer
Yeah,
first.
you have to confirm. So if you confirm the answer, it goes ahead and tells you what the correct answer is. So that's good. So that's the new part. The new part of break it down is pretty new. I think read and respond is newer also. And then let's go ahead and do the last tool or second to last tool, quiz. So quiz is going to be your basic quiz questions. These are short questions, whether it's a definition or just like a simple question. So in this case, it says Thomas Jefferson. You could put drafted the Declaration of Independence. And then you can go on to next. It will not tell you in this one whether you got the right or wrong answer until you get to the end. So we're going to do a couple right and a couple wrong. The Civil War ended during, this one is during Abraham Lincoln, so letter B. And then Debbie, I just want you to guess on, just as, as quickly as you can, just guess on the rest. And what we're going to do is see what the end tells us.
So I'm not even reading the questions, just so you know.
And let me know if you guys have questions. I know I'm just kind of going through it and showing you all what this is all about, but if you have any questions, feel free and I'll look at them, or Debbie or Valentine will look at them.
Oh, and then we submitted at the end. Oh, we did terrible.
So if you review your answers, I believe you can review them one at a time and it'll show you, let's go to a wrong one real quick. So it will tell you on the wrong ones which ones you got wrong. So that's a cool little, that's just a straightforward quiz. So if we go down now to the very last one, let's see here. So this one's a lyric lab. I'm not sure if, okay, let me see. Maybe we could still do a rap here. Let's see here. Okay, so what it's going to ask you to do is it'll ask the students, hey, try to get 4, I think they call them lines, right? So the words on the right hand side are the vocabulary words. And what it says is, let's try to do 4 lines here. So let me see, Debbie, I think I had something pre-written that I can like send. Give me a second here. See, I think oh, I didn't. I had a screenshot of it. So let me go here. Actually, do you mind if I take over your screen, Debbie?
No, go right ahead.
Cool. Let me go ahead and take control. And let me get So I had something that I can kind of pre-write on here. So you're gonna see me kind of turning left and right here. Do you see the screen, Debbie? Do I have control of it?
It doesn't look like,
Oh,
we don't see anything happening. Oh, there
Oh,
you go.
there we
You're,
go.
you're coming in.
So right here, what we can end up doing is we're gonna go ahead and write our first line. So these are words that you can make. Your students can create this stuff if they want to be really creative. So check this out. We can put the, and we'll do White House. So we're gonna use a term here. Oh, actually, when you type it out, the word will get used. So the White House is where so if you put the White House is where the president lives. So now it highlights the two words because we used it. So now we have used 2 out of the 10 words. So that's going to get my first line. And if I put get rhymes, you'll notice that down here, it'll say, hey, you probably want to use one of these words just so that it rhymes with the last line. So then we can put, they are the head of the executive branch. And gives. So lives and gives, right? So then let's go next. There's some more words that we haven't used yet. We're gonna go their running mate. Response. And I'm gonna go one more last one. Sorry, I'm gonna put sensibilities. So we have right here a wrap, right? So right now we have 4 lines and it'll say keep writing if you want to use more, but we have the White House is where the president lives. They are the head of the executive branch and gives their running mate responsibilities because if they become a successor, they will have all the right capabilities, right? So let's see here. What you can actually do is choose a beat and we're just going to go here. So it has a beat and you can always change it, right? So the only thing I forgot, Debbie, because it's been a little while, is does it record it for the students or are they just rhyming by themselves?
I thought it could, I don't think it records. I think
Yeah.
they just, oh, well, yeah, I don't think it does.
I don't think it records, but if you
No.
wanted to, they can always do this, right? And they can always show you. They can always show you.
Yes.
And you know what? I didn't put this as an assignment, so you can have it going. And then the kids can go, the White House is where the president lives. They are the head of the executive branch and gives their running mate responsibilities because if they become the successor, they will have the right capabilities. And that's as much as I'm going to rap. So that is something that you can have the kiddos do. And that is the lyric lab. Wrapping it up, guys, that is pretty much that is pretty much the tools for this one here on Flocabulary. If you need help with anything, let me know. The last thing I will show you guys super duper quick. If you ever want to make what is called a skill in a video text, here is what it is. It's actually called a mix. So you're going to create a mix. Basically what that is, guys, if you can choose a skill that you want the kids to learn. So in this case, character to a story. And when you add the skill, it will take you to a video that goes with the skill. And basically all it is the skill in the beginning is getting the kids ready for what they're about to watch and what they're about to look for. And then that creates the mix and it's something that you can show the kids. It's back-to-back videos. So that is it as far as the Flocabulary kind of 101. if y'all have any questions, you can let me know, but we will go straight to, I guess, we're running up against it, so we'll get right to the end of the session here. So if you want me to give you, I still have, I can give you back control, and then how do we do this? Oh, no.
I'm gonna stop sharing and then
Okay.
it's okay if you don't have
Yeah.
sound, but we'll have you share the class so I can run a
Yes.
quick report on who signed in. So if you
Okay,
haven't
cool.
signed in, make sure you sign in right now. And we're gonna run a little report on the PD of who was here and have our door prize.
Cool.
I loved that rapping, Marco. Good job.
I was practicing it only all day today.
Best
So-
rapper ever.
That's why I said we had the one and only in the house. PSJA Hood.
How many do we have today, Debbie?
Okay, give me a second to run a report.
Oh, it's okay. Thank you guys for being here, and we will be out of here by 5, and we will give away some door prizes. And
Right.
yeah, and thank you guys for being here. Feel free to reach out to me, Valentine and Debbie, here at the Instructional Technology Department. If you have any questions on Flocabulary, we would like to help you all out and get you to rap for your class too. I'm sure they would probably love it.
Okay, did everybody sign in? Hopefully. Let's run this report real quick. Sorry. And I can tell you how many people were here in just a moment. Since we had to change our plan, usually I have this ready behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Thank you for helping me out there,
Yeah.
Debbie. I don't know what the issue on my
You never
is.
know. It looks like we have 8.
Okie dokie. So we're gonna do a smart picker. So sorry guys, I don't have sound on here, but we will try to make this as exciting as possible. So we have number 3.
Okay, we have Elena Duran. Elena, are you still here with us?
She had to leave.
Oh no. So we have to draw another one.
I'll take it from her. She's from LBJ.
I know, but one of our requirements is you have to be here to win.
Yeah, it's also true. Hopefully you win, Adrian, so that if you're nice enough, you can give it to her. All right, let's do another one here. So let's go. Number 1.
Number 1, Adrian.
Hey, Adrian, you
Oh.
won.
Oh.
So now it's up to you if you want to give it to her or not.
Adrian, I'm gonna tell Annie it's hers.
Okay, one more.
All righty, last one. And we have number 6.
It's Zoila Mendez. Zoila, are you here?
Hey, congratulations
Hello,
to you.
yes I am.
Yay.
Congratulations to everybody.
Congratulations.
Came. Let's see, I want to show just the ending of our schedule here. So just in case, I appreciate all you guys being here, all the ladies and gentlemen being here. We have PowerPoints here that we will send out to you. There are resources that I put in the PowerPoint or in the Google slide, sorry, that can help out. And then this is the schedule that we have. We just finished vocabulary. Feel free. We have an unmute and recharge that has kind of an elementary focus. It's still tools that are very much used in the secondary, but the TEKS will be aligned more toward elementary. That's gonna be our Thursday presentation where 3 teachers are gonna teach each other and the attendees what tools they use in the classroom and how it helps with student learning. But the last thing we want to tell you before we go, we have an unmute and recharge live at LBJ Middle School Library on Saturday, September 24th. It's from 8:30 to 9, but 8:30 to 9 is our breakfast, but from 9 to 10, we're going to have 4 15-minute sessions of presenters. So if you want to go see a Canva presentation for 15 minutes, learn a little bit there, and then you want to see Adobe Express, the next session, you can go ahead and do that. That is our next big event after this Thursday. Feel free to feel free to sign up for that one. We're bringing tacos, so it'll be worth it. And anything you guys want to add before we take off?
No, thank you so much for being here today and join us at some of our other sessions. We love having y'all here. Spread the word at your campuses for people to join us. And also all our sessions are recorded. So you can find those in this Microsoft Stream, which is in your Microsoft apps under the Instructional Technology channel.
Cool.
So thank
all
you, thank
so
you.
much.
Y'all
have a
enjoy
great
your
day.
evening. Hope to see you on Saturday, live and in person.
I had one quick question. If I wanted to just put your trainings on my
Yes, everyone.
Google Drive, I can just make like an extra tab and just copy the link.
Yes, you can just copy the link.
So the thing is that
Hey,
I
I'm
can
gonna
use,
do
I
that.
can use the
If you need help with this, let us know. We can help you with that.
Just picked one up.
Okay, thank you guys. Have a good night.
Thank
That's
you. We'll
catch
get
me
those
and
door
come.
prizes out to our winners soon.
Bye.
Thank you, rapper Marco.
Thank you guys for being here. All righty.
Take care, everybody.